Serie A Parma vs Fiorentina prediction, team news, lineups preview. Back in the big time for 2024-25, Parma make their Serie A return on Saturday evening, when they welcome Fiorentina to Stadio Tardini. While the Gialloblu topped Italy's second tier last season, their Tuscan counterparts again missed out on silverware by the narrowest of margins, before bidding goodbye to their coach. Match preview. Crowned Serie B champions by finishing 3 points clear of Como, at the third time of asking, Parma booked their return to Calcio's elite level, securing their first top-flight season since 2021. The Emilian club enjoyed great success in the 1990s but then had to climb up the leagues following financial implosion, and after enduring another spell outside of Serie A, former Cremonese coach Fabio Pecchia has led them back to the promised land. His side posted 76 points last season, not only averaging 2 per game but also equaling a club record for a single Serie B season and one that was set when teams played 4 matches more. That was in stark contrast to how Parma went out with a whimper 3 years ago, when they lost each of their last 9 top-flight fixtures and won just one of the last 29. The Gialloblu have already been back in competitive action this season, with a Coppa Italia first-round tie versus Palermo, but Sunday's 1-0 defeat saw them suffer an early cup exit. Now turning their attention back to the league, Parma's long-awaited comeback begins against opponents they lost to only once in 9 home games before dropping out of Serie A. Fiorentina's most recent visit to Stadio Tardini produced a 3-3 draw in March 2021, but much has changed since then for the Viola, who came within a whisker of European glory in both of the past 2 seasons. Having lost successive Europa Conference League finals and the 2023 Coppa Italia decider under former boss Vincenzo Italiano, Fiorentina are under new management for 2024-25. Ex-Monza coach Raffaele Palladino is now in charge, aiming to move his new club on from the heartbreak of losing to Olympiacos in May, 12 months after they were beaten by West Ham United. An 8th-placed finish in Serie A ultimately ended Italiano's 3-year reign on a down note, but Palladino will now get a crack at the Conference League, less than 2 years after being promoted from Monza's Primavera. Preparations for the upcoming campaign saw Fiorentina struggle on a brief tour of England, before returning home to post friendly wins over Montpellier and Grosseto, the latter of whom they smashed 7 goals past last Monday. Ahead of next week's Conference League playoff, the Tuscan side will pit their wits against Parma, another one of Serie A's 7 sisters during Calcio's halcyon days of the mid-1990s. Team news. Parma have a handful of fitness concerns ahead of Saturday's game, as Brazilian playmaker Hernani is set to be sidelined by a calf problem, while French forward Yoann Bonni is struggling with a similar issue. Gabriel Charpentier will miss out with a flexor strain too, but new recruits Emanuele Valeri and Japan goalkeeper Zion Suzuki could both start, though Bonni's presence is in some doubt. Romanian winger Denis Man is available, having completed the most dribbles in Serie B last term, 76, and registered 17 goal involvements. Captain Enrico Del Prato will serve a suspension for the hosts, while defensive duo Luca Rainieri and Yerry Mina must observe bans for Fiorentina. Having followed Raffaele Palladino from Monza, Andrea Colpani, who scored 8 goals in Serie A last season, but all in home games, joins ex-Juventus striker Moise Kean and Croatia defender Marin Pongracic in hoping to make his competitive debut for the Viola this weekend. High-profile signing David De Gea could be named on the bench. Pongracic arrived as a replacement for Nottingham Forest-bound Nikola Milankovic, while Andrea Bellotti, Giacomo Bonaventura, Gaetano Castrovilli, Alfred Duncan and Arthur are among a plethora of players to have left Florence this summer. Nico Gonzalez was the club's top scorer with 12 goals in 2023-24, but having been heavily linked with a move away to Juventus or Atlanta BC, the Argentina international may not start at Stadio Tardini. Parma possible starting lineup: Suzuki, Koulibaly, Osorio, Ballo, Valeri, Somme, Estevez, Mann, Burnaby, Mihaila, Bonni. Fiorentina possible starting lineup: Terriciano, Martinez Corta, Pongrasic, Biraghi, Dodo, Amrabat, Mandragora, Parisi, Sottle, Colpani, Keane. We say, Parma 1-1 Fiorentina. Only once in their history have Fiorentina and Parma faced each other on Serie A's opening match day. And 24 years after the previous meeting, they will begin a brand new season with a draw. While the hosts are familiar with Fabio Pecchia's setup, their visitors will be adapting to a new tactical framework under Raffaele Palladino and still have some work to do in the transfer market. Thanks for your watching. Don't forget to click the subscribed button and hit the bell icon for more.